Hello everyone. Welcome back to Mary's Little House for Take 10 with Jim, number 54. While we were praying tonight, our ministry, we're using during Lent the St. Bridget prayers. Many of you are very familiar with these prayers. They were revealed to St. Bridget in a little chapel in the Basilica of St. Paul's outside the walls in Rome, one of the four major basilicas. I was so blessed to visit this chapel and sit beneath the crucifix, an old venerable carved a crucifix of Jesus on the cross, under which Saint Bridget of Sweden received these prayers. By the way, these prayers were approved by Pope Pius IX. Anyway, I thought it was really neat to sit there, look up that cross, and know that Saint Bridget of Sweden looked up at the same crucifix at the image of Jesus, this old wooden image of Jesus, and from that crucifix, Jesus dictated this beautiful prayer about his passion. And I just love it. And when it has Bridget's stamp on it, her womanly, motherly, a love for Jesus and love for every detail of his passion. Women do that. I mean, they love the details and those things that sometimes we men miss, and I just love that too. She brings it all together in these prayers. Of course, Jesus dictated the prayer, but it's her style. Jesus respects each individual to proclaim the gospel in the way that the gifts that we have, and she uses her beautiful gift of her motherhood and of her womanhood to write these down at the dictation of Jesus. Anyway, while we were at prayer tonight, what always hits me every time we come to it, was a 12th prayer. It's so beautiful. Let me read it to you and then I'll explain. The 12th prayer. By the way, you can find St. Bridget's prayers in the Pietà. It's a little book. You know, you've seen it all over. People praying it before Mass and everything. They're all worn out. Mine is. It's got Cindy, my deceased beloved wife, who's still alive in heaven. She wrote Jim on the top for me to keep it. So it's very special. It's getting all beat up. But anyway, the 12th prayer. And each prayer is preceded by an Our Father and a Hail Mary. So it's sort of, when you read these prayers, they sort of takes, by praying the Our Father and Hail Mary, we sort of absorb what we've read and then bringing it to the Father and to our Blessed Mother with the Our Father and Hail Mary. Well, let me just, I'm not going to read the whole prayer, but she's described, let me read the whole prayer rather than just describe it. My words are not as good as what St. Bridget of Sweden's words are and Jesus' words are. O Jesus, mirror of truth, symbol of unity, link of charity, remember the multitude of wounds with which thou wast covered from head to foot, torn and reddened by the spilling of thy adorable blood. O great and universal pain which thou didst suffer in thy virginal flesh for love of us. Sweetest Jesus, what is there that thou couldst have done for us which thou hast not done? May the fruit of thy sufferings be renewed in my soul by the faithful remembrance of thy passion, and may thy love increase in my heart each day until I see thee in eternity, thou who art the treasury of every real good and every joy, which I beg thee to grant me, O sweetest Jesus in heaven. Amen. I just love that prayer. All the prayers are beautiful, but this was one of my favorites. First of all, she sort of sums up all of the wounds of Jesus, which she mentions throughout these 15 prayers. The universal pain, all the pain, she sums it up in this one prayer, the 12th prayer of the 15 prayers. O great and universal pain which thou didst suffer in thy virginal flesh for love of us. All the pain that she describes is so detailed throughout this beautiful prayer of 15 prayers is summed up. This universal pain, all that pain for love of us. That's why he suffered it. Wow, for love of us. And she keeps on going. She asks, what else could you do for us, Jesus? What else can you do that you haven't done? And of course, that's a rhetorical question, because he couldn't do anything else. He's given every drop of his blood, every pore of his body, everything to us, and offering himself to the Father, that we may be saved, that we may be the Father's daughters and sons, and be happy with him now on earth and forever in heaven. Okay, now she draws a conclusion here. After we see this enormous love of Jesus, this universal pain, all his precious blood, everything offered, she prays this. She prays this. May the fruit of thy sufferings be renewed in my soul by the faithful remembrance of thy passion, and may thy love increase in my heart each day, until I see thee in eternity, thou who art the treasury of every real good and every joy, which I beg thee to grant me, O sweetest Jesus in heaven. Do you see what she's praying? And this is what I'm praying for you, especially during Lent, that may the fruit of thy sufferings be renewed in my soul, in your soul too, by the faithful remembrance of thy passion. And may thy love increase in my heart each day until I see thee in eternity. Do you realize that the passion should, by remembering it, the passion we will receive its fruits. I love that. May the fruit of thy sufferings be renewed in my soul by the faithful remembrance of thy passion, by remembering it. And the Passionist, Saint Paul of the Cross, the founder, and the Passionists who preach, their charism is to preach the Passion. They have the motto. I have it over on the wall there, and let me read it. May the memory of Jesus' sufferings be ever in our hearts. So St. Bridget is saying, may by the faithful remembrance of thy passion, may the sufferings of you, Jesus, be renewed, and may the memory of Jesus' sufferings be ever in our hearts. So by recalling the Passion, and that's why the crucifix is so important. And I hope you have your favorite one. I have mine here on the desk. By recalling the Passion, may the fruit of thy sufferings be renewed in my soul by the faithful remembrance of thy passion, by remembering the Passion. And the Passionists say, May the memory of Jesus' sufferings be ever in our hearts. So that's what I wish for you, to have time with Jesus before the crucifix, and so we can absorb the love that he has for us in dying for us upon the cross. I am so happy to tell you that by remembering the Passion. And here's St. Bridget taking it down below the crucifix, and St. Paul's outside the walls. Here's St. Paul of the Cross, the Passionist founder, saying, may the memory of Jesus' sufferings be ever in our hearts. God bless you now. God bless you. I'll meet you before the crucifix.